stop counting calories. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, if you are looking to try to get in shape, to lose weight without feeling like you're dieting, without feeling like you have to count calories every single second, stay tuned in this video. I'm going to show you why you don't have to count calories constantly, why it's not the most important thing, and how you can still lose weight while doing this. What's up, guys? My name is Ryan. I'm from No Limits Fitness Coaching. Today we're going to talk a little bit about counting calories. I hear a lot of stuff on different clients, different forums that I go to, all kinds of different groups, that the only thing that people need to worry about is being in a caloric deficit. I hear that all the time. Kind of sick of it. It's not the only thing you have to pay attention to. There are a lot of other factors that go into weight loss. All kinds of different stuff. I'm not going to get into every little bit of what we have to pay attention to lose weight. But I do want to explain to people that they might be in a caloric deficit. They might be really low on calories and not losing weight. And there's a reason for that. Really, when people start dieting or start going into a caloric deficit, even when they start educating themselves about eating clean and how to go about losing weight, they think that all they need to do is bring their calories down, eat less, and they're going to lose weight. And if they stop losing weight, a lot of times people blame it on the fact that they're not counting their calories correctly. They're not doing everything they need to be doing to make sure that those calories stay low. That might be the case. I'm not going to say it's completely not the case, because it totally might be. But I've seen a lot of people, especially women, that come to me and they're eating like 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day. They've been doing this for years. They're not losing weight. They can't reach their goals, and they don't understand why this is the case. And I get it. There's so much wrong information out on the internet that it's really easy to get sidetracked by this calorie counting. I have to stay at 1,000, 1,200, whatever it is, whatever you think you have to be at. And it's just not the case. When we count calories or calculate calories for an individual, it's just that. It's for an individual. We have to go through a lot of different factors, understanding how many roughly calories are being burned each day, and we do adjust from there. It is important. It is something that we need to be aware of, and having our calories lower that we're taking in than we're expending, it is the basic foundation of weight loss. But I'm telling you right now, if you're at like 1,200 calories, it's probably too low. It's probably way too low, in fact. Unless you're trying to get in like single digit body fat percentage, you're probably going to need to eat higher than that. And even those guys, I know for myself, I'm about 200 pounds. If I'm under 2,000 calories a day, I first off feel horrible. And second off, no, I'm really not going to lose weight for very long. And it's most likely going to be muscle that I'm losing and not fat. Many times people call this starvation mode, but when you use that term, it's really easy to discredit starvation mode, because your body doesn't actually starve. It's not going into an actual starvation mode very quickly. It could go weeks and weeks and weeks before it actually shuts down completely. Your metabolism just tanks. But see, there are a lot of things that we have to consider. Now, if your calories are 500 less than what you should be at, or your metabolic rate, and you should be losing weight, you're dialed in pretty good right there, you still might not be losing weight. And unfortunately, it's because there are certain factors that your body takes in. We have to think about hormones. We have to think about your insulin sensitivity. There's a lot of things that go into losing fat, and not just stalling and not just losing weight indiscriminately. We need to be careful about those things. I'm not going to jump into the science super deep. If you are a science nerd or fitness nerd like myself and you want to have that discussion, I would love to. Go ahead and message me. I will talk all day long about the science behind our bodies, about fitness, all of that. For this video, though, I kind of want to just make it very simple. Help us to understand that we don't have to necessarily worry about the calories 100%. We don't have to be just focused on being in that caloric deficit. In fact, people say that because you have to be in the caloric deficit, you can't gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. I challenge you to talk to any bodybuilder out there. It's what they do. They gain muscle, they lose fat the exact same time. Is it hard? Yeah. Can you do it to an extreme degree? No, absolutely not. But it's possible, and it's possible because we have to understand things like protein, carbs, fats, how they work, and what they do for us. Now, proteins are the building blocks of really everything in our body, especially our muscles. Keeping that protein intake super high, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you are, is a really good guideline, at least 0.8 grams of protein. So like I said, around 200 pounds, I shoot for 200 grams of protein every day. If you don't get that much, that's fine. But I would still be shooting for, if let's say you're 200 pounds, you should be trying to get at least 150 grams of protein a day, every single day. High quality proteins, trying to make it things like chicken, tuna, steaks even, that's fine. Just make sure that protein stays high. What I like to do for my clients, and I think all of you would do a really great job at this, add 1 to 2 protein shakes every day. Just start with that. Don't manipulate anything else in your diet. By manipulating other things in your diet, you start sidetracking yourself. You start feeling like you're on a diet, and you start feeling depraved of the things that we all want in our life, right? We want to go out for pizza with our friends. We want to go out and grab some drinks on a Friday night with our friends. You don't want to stop doing that. So if you focus on this one thing to start with, keep that protein high, or get the protein high. No matter where you're at, add that 1 to 2 protein shakes every single day. That's going to, depending on what kind of protein you're taking, you're going to be looking at between 15 and 60 grams of extra protein just from those 2 shakes. I personally recommend whey protein. Not everybody's stomach can handle it. That's fine. You can use something else. Egg white protein, a rice protein, something like that. Just make sure you're getting it in. Take the protein shakes every single day. Now, this really is going to help on so many levels. It's going to help curb your appetite. So without even knowing it, your appetite's going to drop. Those calories might actually come down, which isn't what we want to worry about, but it might actually help with that. The other thing it's going to do is you won't feel so much like you need carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not the devil. I'm not going to say that they're horrible. Stay away from them. I'm not a keto guy or an Atkins guy. I don't think you need that. But it's a fact that carbohydrates go towards really storing fat much easier than anything else. If your carbohydrates are on the high side, or even higher glycemic index carbohydrates, you're gonna find yourself starting to gain fat or not lose fat, even if you're in a caloric deficit. And it's just what the body does with insulin, with carbohydrates. You're spiking that blood sugar, that blood sugar, getting that insulin up, which then is taking all of the nutrients that you're feeding it and putting it into fat storage. So now you're not getting rid of the things that you want to. This is almost always the culprit when I look at a client's diet that's been at maybe 1,000 to 1,200 calories, but yet still not getting any leaner, still not losing the fat that they want to. Quite often, it's because their carbohydrates are too high or the wrong types of carbohydrates. They're eating very high glycemic index. That spikes your insulin super fast, and it really plays a big role in gaining fat or the absence of losing fat, which is what we're after. We're trying to get leaner, right? So I recommend everybody stop right now worrying about the calorie count. Stop trying to guarantee that you're in this calorie restricted state. Focus on protein. Unless you're trying to get in shape for some bodybuilding show or something like that, if you're just trying to drop 20 pounds or drop a dress size, whatever it is, focus on protein. Stop worrying about calories right now. And the third thing, pay attention to your carbs a little bit. Try to eat some healthier carbs, things like rice, brown rice, vegetables, keep those vegetables nice and high. And I guarantee you, things will actually start leveling off for you. You might suddenly start dropping weight really quickly, in fact, especially if you've been too low on the calorie side. You add that protein in, your weight might just all of a sudden start plummeting. The fat's just gonna come off you super fast. Try those things out. In fact, if you want help with this, I'm free very often to help anybody out. You can message me. I answer my messages as often as possible. We also have a free program right now, 28-day challenge, that really takes you through our step-by-step program, gives you an example of how we do these things and get guaranteed results for all of our clients. If that interests you, there's a link below. Sign up. I know you're going to enjoy it. It's a great start to really dial in your program and gets you headed in the right direction. If not, take my advice. I'm going to drop another video next week to really help us get over all of these things that the internet is talking about and all the bad advice that we get. We want you to be able to lose weight, stop feeling like you're dieting, enjoy this experience, and you know you're really going to get the results that you want. I'll see you next time.